The fact that I haven't watched traditional TV channels in a long time surely has some influence, in my opinion, that traditional TV channels are mostly doomed to die. It seems that for years now, different studies indicate that a young population watches traditional television less and less, especially in countries like United States and Europe. That this trend might be not as strong in the rest of the world, but I'm convinced sooner or later it will extend. I haven't included YouTube in this comparison, in this first episode, since YouTube has hardly any fictional content. And I've decided to do this first episode on the four large, big streaming platforms in the market. The ones who not just aggregate productions from other companies, but they also produce their own content, okay, their own programming.
Rolling!
Sound speed.
Camera speed. 2. Awesome. Take 2. Mark.
Set up. Set. And action!
Netflix is obviously the pioneer and 800-pound gorilla when it comes to video streaming platforms. Service that started in the United States by renting videos by mail and eventually displaced the main movie rental service that had a stronghold on the market for years, the giant Blockbuster. Netflix has known how to adapt to the times, and from an efficient movie rental system by mail has gone to create a gigantic streaming video platform that not only broadcasts content from other production companies but also produces its own content. With great successes such as House of Cards, produced by David Fincher, and also the excellent actor Kevin Spacey, one of the peculiarities of House of Cards is that they did not release the chapters weekly, but all at once, giving way to a new approach on the audiovisual production. Although Netflix is no longer alone in the market, it seems that its approach at the content level is somehow, it's a little wide, trying to reach all audiences. There are undoubtedly, among the immense amount of Netflix production, great quality work, from the aforementioned House of Cards to cartoons like Big Mouth, or strong bets like Matt Groening's last creation, Disenchantment, without forgetting the Breaking Bad prequel, Better Call Saul, Peaky Blinders, which although it was produced by the BBC, Netflix bought the distribution rights, Ozark, The Queen's Gambit, etc. Netflix tries to cover all sectors of the market at the cost of sometimes sacrificing the quality of its content. Right now, it seems like we have Netflix for a while. Amazon Prime Video is one of the new kids on the block. Without any experience in this sector, the Jeff Bezos boys are not the kind of people who run away in the face of new challenges. With very large pockets, Amazon has created a video streaming platform complementary to its online store and relying on its cloud computing platform. Besides adding content from other production companies with films and shows of great success such as Two and a Half Men, Seinfeld, or Big Bang Theory, Amazon decided to put all the meat on the grill and produce its own content, with already classic shows like The Man in the High Castle, based on a novel by the famous science fiction writer Philip K. Dick, writing among others of famous stories like Blade Runner, Total Recall, Minority Report, etc. And produced by Ridley Scott himself, which was promoted with a massive campaign covering New York with Nazi symbols. Other famous Amazon productions include shows like American Gods, The Boys, Jack Ryan, etc. Likewise, Amazon has reached agreements with other traditional platforms such as CBS, Paramount, MGM, Starz, etc., increasing its already huge offer. It must be said that not all the content of these channels is free, and depending on the movie or show, you have to pay either through rental or through a second subscription to the sub-channel. In short, the combination of great content in terms of both quality and quality, and the fact that the subscription to the Prime service of their online store includes the subscription to their video platform makes this service a pretty much mandatory option. And in case you are not subscribed, I strongly advise you do it. Use my affiliate link in case you might want to take advantage of this offer. HBO are the initials of Home Box Office, one of the pioneering companies in the United States of cable television, with a progressive growth through the 70s and 80s, broadcasting content from various production companies and also live sports. In the 90s, it acquired a reputation for producing quality and somehow irreverent content. After several exchanges of shares with large companies such as Time and Warner, the entire group, Time Warner, ended up being acquired by the telecommunications company AT&T in 2016. In its line of innovation, HBO has ended up being one of the main competitors within digital content platforms, which continues to maintain that aura that was created in the 90s of original and quality content production. When it comes to quantity, HBO perhaps cannot compete with Netflix or Amazon, but when it comes to quality, not only can compete, but in my opinion, it often surpasses its most direct competitors. In the case of Game of Thrones, without a doubt the most revolutionary series and the greatest success of the last 10 years, or other high-quality productions such as Deadwood, The Sopranos, True Detective, Chernobyl, Perry Mason, Rome, The Nick, The Pacific, or its sister series Band of Brothers, both produced by Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg, and many, many more. One offer that, again, might not be so wide in terms of quantity, but that seems to carry the priority of quality in its DNA. And last but not least, an old acquaintance of our screens and amusement parks, the almighty Disney, and the streaming version of its channel. Although, out of these four platforms, I think Disney is the latest arrival to the streaming video business. But, nevertheless, Disney is not a contender to be taken lightly. With its almost 100 years of history, it was founded in 1923, dedicated to the entertainment business, and their quite considerable banking account places them in an enviable position. If you have children at home, it's pretty much a mandatory option, and if not, it's still a quite increasingly attractive option, with shows such as The Mandalorian, which deserves a video exclusively. Disney also has exclusive agreements with other successful companies, even acquiring some of them, such as Pixar or the Star Wars franchise. It also includes, among others, National Geographic, the entire Marvel Universe, The Simpsons, Futurama, etc. And it's expanding its content, making inroads into the realm of the family controversial shows such as Family Guy. As I said, a contender that cannot be ignored. A must-see if you have children in or soul of the children. In this comparison, I have also left out companies like Hulu or Rakuten for various reasons. First of all, I don't have access to them, so I cannot really comment. But from what I understand, these companies do not have the number of subscribers or the specific weight of the other four, nor do they produce their own content. They only add content from other production companies. I hope you like this video. If so, please do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe in case you're not subscribed already. And do not miss the next episode, War for Your Screen, episode 2.
That was awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
Great. I'm happy.
It's a cut.
That's a cut.